De Grigley gives you the ability to look at the world as an artist. De Grigley delivers it in a different way. This school, within 9 months, will transform your life. You're not only going to be happy, but you're going to be wealthy. You're going to learn from the masters. You will be a phenomenal stylist, and you'll look at the world as an artist.
Discover the De Grigley difference at degrigley.com.
Today we have Joan Perkins Smith with us, and she's the chair of the Performing Arts Division of the Southwick Cultural Council. And they're doing a really exciting event called Celebrate the Season. And she's here today to talk to us about that event. Welcome, Joan.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here today. We're excited about our second annual Celebrate the Season event in Southwick. It's a time for the families to come and celebrate everything about the holiday. And we're going to have a roving magician, and we're going to have a recitation of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas for the children.
Oh.
And we're going to have a sing-along, and we're going to have a soloist sing from the Broadway show Mame, We Need a Little Christmas. But the centerpiece of the event is a staged reading of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, which, if you're not familiar with it, is the story of a stingy old man who's visited by 3 ghosts on Christmas Eve, and it changes his life.
I'm familiar because of Billy, was not Billy Crystal, who played him in the updated version. You know what I'm talking about,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yeah. There's so many versions too of A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, and now there's
which I
like
love.
women versions.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
We're excited. We like events.
Christmas is the most exciting thing. I was so
Always.
thrilled to hear that you were going to be here. Because everybody gets a little more positive at the holidays. You let somebody go through the traffic a little easier, let's say,
Yeah.
or
It's
that's the goal.
Except on Christmas Eve, and then everybody wants to be free.
Right.
Anyway.
When is this?
Okay, this is going to be on December 11th, a Sunday afternoon, around 1:30 we start. And it'll open with the dedication of the stage and the singing of the solo, and then we'll go right to the stage reading. We're excited about the cast because what we decided to do was to get local dignitaries or personalities involved in the stage reading, as well as some of the actors from Southwick on Stage, the theater group. The narrator will be played by Ed Lewis. He's from Bolton, Connecticut. And Scrooge is being played by Senator Mike Knappich.
A politician is Scrooge.
And last night at rehearsal, it was so funny because I said something about Scrooge being a penny pincher, and I said, that's not a political reflection. It was fun. The nephew is being played by Tyler Anderson, and he's from Somers, Connecticut. Fezziwig is being played by the police chief, Mark Krajnicki, chief of police in Southwick. And Mrs. Cratchit is being played by Pat McMahon, who is the co-chairman of the Cultural Council itself. And then we have 4 or 5 children playing the Cratchit children. And we're very excited about it because this is the first time we'll be on the newly refurbished stage at the Town Hall in Southwick with lights and drapes, the whole bit.
That's great.
And there's a sing-along, you said?
Yes.
And if we come, we don't have to sing, right? Because I don't want to like scare the guests away. Like Alika's our singer, but the rest of us not so much.
Alika could sing, but we could have you sit in the corner.
Okay.
And you are going to possibly read part of A Christmas Carol for us?
I can read the opening paragraph. We're going to have a narrator on stage doing most of the narration, and then the actors doing their bit parts. But I can read you what the narrator will open the show with.
Can I see the book? Because I want to read along. Yeah. Sorry. Come on, let's read along, guys.
Old Molly was as dead as a doornail, and Scrooge knew it, of course. Scrooge and he had been partners for many years, yet Scrooge never painted out Old Molly's name. There it stood years afterwards above the warehouse door. Scrooge and Molly. Sometimes people new to the business called Scrooge, Scrooge, and sometimes Molly. He answered to both names. It didn't matter to him. Oh, but Ebenezer Scrooge was stingy. He was a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, clutching old sinner. I lost my place.
Nobody ever stopped. There you go. Pick it up.
Nobody ever stopped him in the streets to say, "My dear Scrooge, how are you? When will you come to see me?" No beggars asked him for money. No children asked him what time it was. In fact, people seldom talked to him at all. But what did Scrooge care? To be left alone was the very thing he liked. One Christmas Eve, old Scrooge sat in his office. It was cold, bleak, foggy weather. The city clocks had just struck 3, but it was quite dark already. The door of Scrooge's office was open so that he could keep his eye on his clock, who sat at a tiny desk in the next room copying letters. Scrooge had a very small fire, but the clock's fire was very much smaller. And he couldn't add more coal, for Scrooge kept the coal box in his own room, and the clock knew that if he came into it with a shovel, he would be in danger of losing his job. So the clock put on his white scarf and tried to warm himself by the flickering candle that lighted his work.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Accent.
I know. Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome.
And the pictures in that book, can you hold that up, Jill?
I showed them Scrooge already.
Okay. The pictures in that book are going to be projected?
The stage play is based on the book that was written by Hallmark Cards in 1995, and it's adapted for modern readers. And it features pictures done by Hallmark artists and script also done by Hallmark artists. And they've given us permission to turn that into a slide presentation, which will be projected on a screen adjacent to the stage while the actors are on stage and the narrator is reading. So we're very excited about that.
Beautiful book, beautiful pictures that they have there.
It's a very classic.
Yeah.
Very classic. And this event is also FREE, which is my favorite word, free. And again, it's going to be December 11th at the Town Hall in Southwick.
At
Celebrate
1:30.
the season. And what time is it?
1:30.
1:30 p.m. And it's open to children, adults, seniors, everybody. Probably not dogs and cats, right?
We'd rather not have any
Okay, so no animals.
furry things around.
On behalf of DEF Enterprises and Western Mass Women Magazine, to thank you all for the past year. You guys have been wonderful, and we really appreciate all you do with IMO. And we wish you and your families a wonderful holiday season. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.